Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Connor. Today we're going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I seem to be on track where I only do this tag every 2 years, so it's about time that I do it. I wanted to wait until we got past the mid-year point, just so I would have more books that could possibly be the answers to some of these questions. If you guys don't know, this video was created many, many years ago, and it's basically become a staple. It's a good way for people to check in and see how they're doing with their reading. I will leave a link down in the description to the two co-creators, and one of the original videos is still up, so I'll leave a link to that as well. The first question is, what is the best book that you've read so far this year? And for me, that was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I adored that book, and it made me go down a rabbit hole of reading a ton of TJ Klune books. So definitely that one. If you guys don't know, this one follows a guy named Linus Baker. He's about 40 years old. He works for the department in charge of magical youths, and he basically reminds me of the characters from Office Space, how they just have a really boring, dreary life. The department decides that they're going to send Linus on a special classified mission to check out this one specific orphanage that has a lot of dangerous magical youths at it, and it follows him as he goes to this orphanage and starts to learn more about the children and learn more about the children's caretaker, Arthur Parnassus. Events unfold from there. This novel is incredibly sweet. I just love it. It is technically an adult book, but it definitely could be read by practically anyone because there's not any like adult content in it. It's not high adventure, there's not a lot of action, it's a lot more about the characters. I loved the characters, so I loved this book. Definitely recommend it. 5 stars. Another one that I really loved that was middle grade is Clean Getaway by Nick Stone. That one follows a boy named Scoob, or his nickname is Scoob, and at the beginning of the book you find out that he recently got in trouble and his planned vacation with his father has been canceled. His grandmother, who is white, comes over and is like, let's go on an adventure, and Scoob agrees. So the book follows the grandmother and Scoob as they're going around the United States and stopping at very specific places, and Scoob learns a lot more about the US and a lot more about his family and his family's history and everything like that. I adored this one as well. I really enjoyed this story. I really enjoyed learning more about Scoob and learning more about his grandmother and how people that you admire are still human and are still going to have made mistakes in their past and are not perfect people, and I loved that exploration in here. Definitely recommend that one as well. Number 2 is the best sequel that you've read so far this year, and I've actually not read a lot of sequels, which is bizarre because I read a lot of series. I've just been starting a ton of series. My pick for that one is going to be Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in a young adult science fiction series, and it follows a girl named Spensa. At the beginning of the first book, she really wants to become a part of the Detritus Defense Force because the humans on this planet have constantly been attacked by this species called the Krell. Her father was labeled a coward when he was killed while fleeing battle, so Spensa has to overcome the hurdle of proving to everyone that she's not actually a coward like her father. There are a lot more other things that go on. There's like an AI ship named Mbot, which I love, and there's Doomslug. So there's a lot more things other than that, but that's the basic premise. This second book took this series in such a different direction and explores the wider universe instead of being focused on detritus. I was at first hesitant about that, but I ended up really enjoying this, and I gave it 5 stars. I've only read a handful of other sequels. I really enjoyed Blood Witch by Susan Dennard. I think I also gave that one 5 stars, or maybe I gave it 4.5. I really enjoyed Ravensong, which is the second book in the Green Creek series by TJ Klune. Yeah, haven't read a lot of sequels. Number 3 is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to. I originally had a different answer for this because I wrote down my notes, but then I actually did read that book. That was Dragon Slayer by 2E.T. Sutherland, but as I said, I did read that one and I still really enjoyed it. Hi, Nook. He's here now. A lot of people have been asking me to do an unboxing with him soon, and I will be filming that soon. I just have to get the most recent Bully Make box that was sent to my parents' house, so I'll go grab that and then I'll be able to film. So my backup answer is going to be The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune, because that one literally just came out and I have it sitting on my nightstand over there. I'm about to start it. Number 4 is, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? And obviously I have more than one. I am really excited to read Cemetery Boys by, oh gosh, I forgot the author, Aidan Thomas, I believe. That one comes out pretty soon, I believe, and I have it pre-ordered, so I'll get that one at some point. I'm also really looking forward to Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, which is the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive series. I've really enjoyed that series so far. Oathbringer was my least favorite so far, so I'm hoping to get back into it full swing in the 4th book. I'm really excited for Anxious People by FREDRIK because I feel like I haven't read a Bachman book in quite some time, and I just love FREDRIK Bachman's writing, so I'm really excited for that one. And there's more, but let's move on. Number 5 is the biggest disappointment of this year, and for me that was definitely going to be The Children of the Lamp or something like that by P.B. Care. I think it's called The Akhenaten Adventure. I really disliked that book. I thought it was offensive in a lot of different ways. It just was not good, and I don't recommend it. I got rid of the book. I was also pretty disappointed by What I Leave Behind, which is a book that follows a boy who his father has recently passed away. I think he died by suicide, and then he's processing that. His best friend is also raped by multiple people, and he just wants to leave good behind, basically, so he starts doing good deeds for people around him. The problem with this one was that it was limited to the amount of pages. It's a really short novel, and it is 100 chapters with 100 words each, and it just wasn't enough space to unpack those heavy topics properly. I didn't think so. So I didn't really enjoy that one. And then I also was disappointed by The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I did not like that one too much either. Number 6 is the biggest surprise so far, and that for me is going to be basically that I have started reading a lot of romance. So I was at first very surprised by Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I really enjoyed that book. That is the first romance book that I've ever read, and I was shocked that I loved it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was a really fun time, and it was so funny. The beginning of that book is the funniest beginning of a book I think I've ever read. Following that, I was also surprised that I really enjoyed Wolfsong by TJ Klune because it's an adult paranormal romance, and I just never imagined that I would really enjoy that, and I loved it. If you couldn't tell, you're gonna hear a lot more about TJ Klune in the next few videos because I have a lot of reviews to film for that, but that's all coming. So yeah, I was really shocked how much I enjoy romance. I guess I should talk about what they're about. A Princess in Theory follows a girl who's living in New York. She's an epidemiologist, and she gets contacted by an assistant that claims that a prince in a country in Africa wants to marry her and needs all this information, like her social security number and her medical history and stuff like that, and she's like, no thanks. And then Wolfsong follows a boy named Ox who was abandoned by his dad after his dad told him that he would never amount to anything and everyone would always give him crap for the rest of his life. He obviously has low self-esteem for that. Then one day a family moves in next door and he starts to become friends with this family, and he starts to form friendships and starts to explore his self-worth. I loved it. Number 7 is a favorite new author, and this is actually the first time I'm ever gonna answer this question because I usually don't say that there's a new favorite author of mine unless I've read multiple of their works, and it usually takes a few books before I will branch out and say that that is a favorite author of mine. This year, it's obviously going to be TJ Klune because I read The House in the Cerulean Sea. That's the first book that I read by him, and now I've read 7. So he's become a favorite author, or at least is my favorite author of this year so far. Number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I don't get crushes on fictional characters, so skip. Number 9 is your newest favorite character, and I freaking love Kyoshi from The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C. Yee. I was really enjoying following her. She's not a new character, like she's in the original Avatar series and in The Legend of Korra, but I was really enjoying seeing her history and seeing her origin in this book, and I adored it. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. Definitely recommend it if you're an Avatar fan. You get to just learn so much more about her and how she became the person and the avatar that she becomes. And I also loved a character named Lucy in The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Lucy is a 6-year-old Antichrist, and he is just precious. I love him so much. I loved all the characters, but I just loved how uncomfortable Lucy makes everyone around him on purpose. Well, he tries to make people uncomfortable, but they know that he's just a softie, and I really enjoy Lucy. And Chauncey too. And Sal. All of them. Number 10 is a book that made you cry, and I haven't actually cried while reading any books this year. The closest I came was while I was reading Tell Me It's Real, which is interesting because that's my least favorite TJ Klune book that I've read so far, but there is a scene between the two best friends. The main character is a guy named Paul, and his best friend is a drag queen, and they've been best friends for a really, really long time. There is a scene later on in the book where their friendship is really highlighted, and I Came close. My eyes got a little teary, but I didn't actually cry. Number 11 is a book that made me happy. Obviously, The House in the Cerulean Sea made me happy. I've been gushing about it this entire video, so definitely that one. People asked me in that review to show the Sims 4 house that I built, because I built this house in The Sims 4, and I'm still figuring out how to do that. I have a green screen, but I've never used it, so I'm gonna try to get that out and figure out how to set up for a video like that. So that will be coming at some point. I just am slow to learn new things. And another book that really made me happy was Felix Ever After. I really enjoyed seeing Felix grow into his own and realize his self-worth. I just really loved that one. I really loved that Felix allows his friend group to change and grow as he grows as a person, and I just really enjoyed that one. That one's by Case and Calendar. There are multiple versions of this tag, so I'm just gonna do the one that I originally pulled up. I think it was from an old video of mine, so we're just gonna do this one. The next one is, what is your favorite book to movie adaptation or book to TV show adaptation this year? I had never seen Fantastic Mr. Fox before. I read the book this year and watched the movie this year for the first time, and I really enjoyed the movie adaptation. They made a lot of changes that I really appreciated, and I kind of ended up liking the movie better than the book, so I really enjoyed that one. 13 is your favorite video or review or whatever that you've done this year on whatever platform that you're on. So if it was Instagram, your favorite post, or if you have a blog, it would be your favorite blog post. For me, it would be video. So my favorite one is going to be The House in the Cerulean Sea. I really love how many people comment on that video talking about how much they love that book, so then it just makes me love the book more. I just feel like it's just such a happy place. In that video, I feel like you can really tell how much I was really enjoying that book, and it also started me down this TJ Klune rabbit hole journey that I'm going on. The last time I did this video, I said that I was really enjoying my spoiler video reviews, and I haven't done as many this year because I haven't read as many sequels. Typically when I do spoiler video reviews, it's going to be on a later book in a series, so maybe some of my videos will dip into spoilers in the second half of the year, but for now, I really enjoyed that video. Number 14 is a book with the most beautiful cover or something like that that you bought this year. For me, that's going to be The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Takuta Hall. I really love this cover. The artist is Victo Guy. I will leave a link down in the description to her Instagram, and I just think this cover is absolutely stunning. I love all of the detail on it with the two girls and the ship and the water and the mermaid and the sea. It's just so, so good. And I love the back as well. It is a very beautiful book. Number 15 is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I have a lot. I want to read more books by Martha Wells. I've read a bunch by her, but I have more that I haven't gotten to yet, so I want to read those. The Sword of Kaigen, I have had that book on my nightstand for so long, I just keep pushing it off. I've had that book to review, so I really need to do that. I'm going to continue my TJ Klune reading project. I've got more of his books that I haven't read in the mail and sitting over there, so need to do that. I want to start One Piece, which is a very popular manga series. I think it ended? Maybe it's not over yet, but it's very, very long, and I have the first box set, and I've had it for 2 years, and I haven't read it yet, so I want to read that one. I want to continue my Roald Dahl reading project. I've only read 2 of his books so far. I still need to do my review for James and the Giant Peach. That one should be coming up soon. I want to finish my Truman Capote reading project because I've been doing that one for so long, and I only have like 2 books left, or 2 collections of short stories left, so I want to get that one done. I want to continue reading Case and Calendar's books because I've read 2 of their books so far, and I've really enjoyed their writing style, so I want to continue that. I have a lot of Ernest Hemingway books because I got a whole set, so I want to do that. I want to read books by one of the Bronte sisters. Don't know which one, but I have them all, so I want to read at least one. And I also want to get back into reading Michael J. Sullivan books because I just keep putting them off, and I love his books, so I don't know why I'm doing that. And the last prompt on the original video that I've never actually answered before, there's too many different versions of this tag, is to name a community member that you're really enjoying, like a booktuber or whatever, bookstagrammer, book Twitter member. I'm really enjoying Tori Morrow's videos. I've been watching a lot of them recently, and I really enjoy her taste in books, so I will leave a link down in the description to her channel, and you can check it out. She's awesome. And that's the tag. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below your answers to some of these questions. Jet is barking at someone in the background, so I apologize for that. Anything else you want me to know, leave it down below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye. Nookie, say bye. Good boy.